Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in because hip-hop just dropped a scandal so big it makes reality TV look like Sunday school. Forget petty Instagram shade or recycled diss tracks, this is a bombshell straight out of the rap history books. We're talking $120 million, Rick Ross, Big Meech, and none other than 50 Cent grabbing the mic to roast Rose into oblivion. That's right, rumors are flying that Rick Ross allegedly cheated Big Meech out of a fortune that could buy Drake's entire jet fleet twice over. And if that wasn't enough gasoline on the fire, 50 Cent slid in like a professional troll, clowning Ross so savagely the internet is still wheezing. This isn't just drama, it's a scandal wrapped in betrayal, fried in greed, and sprinkled with the kind of pettiness only 50 can deliver. Picture Wolf of Wall Street, but with lemon pepper wings, BM legacies, and rap beef memes. Phones overheated, timelines froze, and fans are asking one question. Did Rick Ross really rob the most feared hustler of the 2000s, or is this another case of the internet making mountains out of lemon pepper chicken? Stay tuned, because once we unpack this, you'll never look at Ross's boss persona the same way again. Once the $120 million rumor broke, the internet didn't just sip the tea, they bathed in it. Every blog, every meme page, every hip-hop podcast suddenly became a Rick Ross think tank. What was once a private question about money turned into a cultural referendum. Had Rose really hustled Big Meech, or was this just another internet-inflated conspiracy? It didn't help that Rick Ross's entire brand has been stapled to Meech's legacy for years. His anthem BM is basically an ode to Meech, with Ross rapping "I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover." Fans once treated it as tribute, but now, those lyrics looked like receipts for stolen valor. One fan tweeted, "You can't keep saying you think you're Big Meech when you allegedly owe the man $120 million. That's not homage, that's identity theft." Within hours, the tweet had over 50,000 retweets and was screenshotted across Instagram. The memes rolled in like an avalanche. One had Ross holding a plate of lemon pepper wings with the caption, "120 Big Meech didn't even get a side of ranch." Another showed 50 Cent in his Get Rich or Die Tryin' era, pointing at Ross with the caption, "Told y'all." Since day one, even mainstream outlets that usually ignore hip-hop gossip, sports accounts, political meme pages joined the fun. Ross was suddenly trending outside rap circles. Then came the celebrity pile-on. 50 Cent was the loudest, of course. He roasted Ross across Instagram, Twitter, and even in interviews. This the same guy who was a corrections officer, 50 said in one clip. Now, all surprised he's robbing Meech? Fraud is his day job. That clip alone did millions of views in less than 24 hours. Fans crowned 50 the petty Hall of Fame MVP because only he could take a rumor and weaponize it into an all-out roast tour. Boozy popped up next. He went live shaking his head, saying, "Man, if Ross really did Meech like that, that's foul. You don't play with no street legend's name like that. That ain't boss, that's goofy." Fans clipped the live and memed Boozy's exaggerated headshakes as if they were gospel. Meanwhile, Meek Mill, once tied closely with Ross through Maybach Music Group, stayed suspiciously silent. That silence became its own headline. People speculated, was Meek distancing himself? Was the MG empire quietly collapsing? Even rappers outside the immediate circle couldn't resist. Cat Williams never missing a chance to roast slid a jab into one of his stand-up sets. Rick Ross talking about lemon pepper wings, but Meech out here hungry for his $120 million meal. The crowd erupted and the clip went viral. Once comedians start roasting you, the scandal has officially gone mainstream. The public outrage wasn't just about the money, it was about betrayal. Big Meech, whether loved or feared, holds mythical status in hip-hop. He represents the hustle, the rise, the empire. His story has been retold in rap lyrics, documentaries, and even 50 Cent's hit show BM. For Rick Ross, who built so much of his identity around that legend, to allegedly cash in while Meech sat behind bars felt like cultural treason. One viral comment summed it up. Meech gave Ross a whole aura. If this is true, Ross turned respect into robbery. Ross, for his part, stayed in his usual lane, silent flexing. He posted videos of himself mowing acres of land at his Georgia estate. He showed off his cattle farm. He talked lemon pepper wings. But no matter what he posted, fans hijacked the comments. Under a video of Ross bragging about his cows, the top comment read, "That cow worth $120 million. Pay Meech first." Under a clip of Ross showing off jewelry, "Diamonds look good, but Meech is cut missing." He couldn't escape the narrative. The scandal reached a boiling point when bloggers began digging into the numbers. Reports surfaced claiming that licensing, royalties, and branding tied to BMF and related projects could easily total hundreds of millions. Whether Ross personally pocketed that much is debatable, but the seed was planted. And in the court of public opinion, once the number 120 million stuck, there was no going back. That figure became the tagline of the scandal. Fans weren't saying, "Did Ross wrong Meech?" They were saying, "Ross robbed him for 120 M." The nuance was gone, the legend had written itself. Meanwhile, 50 Cent escalated into overdrive. He plastered Ross memes across his Instagram with captions like, "120 M Wingstop heist" and "Officer Ricky strikes again." Every post got tens of thousands of likes and shares. It was open season humiliation, and Ross's refusal to respond only made him look guilty. If he clapped back, at least he'd look combative. By staying silent, he looked cornered. The internet crowned 50 the unofficial narrator of the scandal. Fans joked that he was hosting the Ross downfall documentary in real time, and let's be real, nobody milks a rival's humiliation like 50. He treated it like sport, and the fans treated him like a play-by-play announcer calling the game. As days passed, the outrage mutated into analysis. Podcasts debated whether Ross had any legal obligations to Meech. Some argued it was exploitation disguised as branding. Others insisted Ross had every right to build his empire off cultural homage. But the moral question outweighed the legal. 1. Should you profit so heavily off another man's name, especially when that man is incarcerated? Meech's supporters weren't quiet either. Social media accounts tied to his legacy started dropping subliminals, hinting at betrayal. A cryptic post read, "Loyalty can't be bought, it's proven." Fans immediately connected the dots. That's a shot at Ross. The tension thickened, and here's where it got ugly for Ross. The scandal didn't just drag his name, it dragged his brand. Maybach Music, once a powerhouse, was suddenly the butt of jokes. Fans joked that MG stood for Meech's money gone. Even Whale and Meek, who had distanced themselves from MG years ago, got dragged back into the conversation as people revisited old contracts and disputes. Suddenly, Ross's empire didn't look so boss after all. It looked fragile, propped up on borrowed credibility. The memes never stopped. TikTok users made parody skits where Ross tried to pay for things with Meech's money. Twitter users flooded hashtags with comparisons like, "Ross robbing Meech is like Drake stealing Wayne's rhymes and cashing out." The exaggeration fueled the fire, and soon, Ross's silence was no longer a strategy, it was evidence. Fans assumed, if it wasn't true, he'd clap back. He's not clapping back, so it's true. The reputational damage was brutal. Ross went from biggest boss to biggest fraud in meme culture overnight. His luxury flexing, once admired, now looked like receipts of exploitation. His lyrics about being Meech now sounded hollow. And 50 made sure the wound stayed open, reminding fans daily that he'd been calling Ross fake since day one. By the time mainstream outlets picked it up, the scandal was unstoppable. Headlines screamed about the $120 million robbery, even if the details were murky. But in the internet era, perception doesn't need proof. It needs volume. And the volume was deafening. The aftermath? Ross's credibility took a hit bigger than any diss track could deliver. His silence didn't protect him, it condemned him. 50 Cent walked away as the ultimate troll victor, proving once again that his petty powers are unmatched. Big Meech's legacy, if anything, grew stronger. Fans rallied around him as the wronged legend, the man whose name was too powerful to be silenced, even behind bars. And the cliffhanger? It's vicious, because the question remains, will receipts ever drop? Will Meech himself or his family speak out? Will Ross finally clap back? Or will he keep flexing cows and wings while the internet drags him daily? The story is far from over, and fans know it. Every day, they refresh timelines waiting for the next twist, the next petty jab, the next billion-view meme, because this isn't just a rap scandal, it's an empire-shaking saga. And like all great sagas, the ending hasn't been written yet. So here we are, Rick Ross, the self-proclaimed biggest boss, now branded online as the biggest fraud. Big Meech's name is trending harder than Ross's music, and 50 Cent is out here treating the whole scandal like his personal comedy special. Seriously, this man roasted Ross so hard, fans are asking if 50's next business move is opening a barbecue joint called Officer Ricky's Ribs. But the $1 million, or should I say $120 million question remains. Did Ross really rob Meech? Or is this just another case of the internet turning smoke into wildfire? Because one thing is certain, Ross's silence isn't helping. Every flex, every cow, every lemon pepper wing post just adds more fuel to the fire. And now, it's your turn. Drop your hottest takes in the comments. Is Rick Ross guilty of hustling Meech's legacy? Is 50 Cent the petty king of hip-hop for roasting him daily? Or are you Team Chaos, the fans who don't care about the truth as long as the memes keep coming? Either way, we need your voices, because the comment section is where this scandal really explodes. And don't just lurk, smash that like button like it owes you $120 million in unpaid royalties. Hit subscribe harder than 50, hit Ross with those fraud jokes, and slap that notification bell like you're blocking Rose from Meech's bank account. Because here on Fame Ripple, we don't just cover scandals, we turn them into earthquakes. Every beef, every betrayal, every messy headline, we break it down sharper, wilder, and crazier than anyone else dares to. So buckle up, because today it's Ross vs. Meech. Tomorrow, who knows? But one thing's guaranteed, the next scandal is already cooking, and you'll hear it here first. This is Fame Ripple, signing out, where legends rise, frauds fall, and the internet never forgets.